Good morning, amazing artists. I'm really excited about our new project focus today, which is going to be texture. Before we get to the step-by-step directions and my demonstration, we need to know first, what is our objective? What's our purpose for this project? Along with, what are our I-can statements? Let's look at the board back here. So the very first thing is, our objective is to create an art piece focusing on texture. There's that word again. Identify. I can identify real and implied texture, create an art piece focusing on texture, and also show craftsmanship. So before we even get to our owls, we're going to be drawing owls today, we need to figure out what does real texture mean and also what does implied texture mean. Well, texture, before we even get to those specifics, is the way something feels or looks like it feels. So do any of you guys have a pet at home? I have a dog named Pepper. Some of you might have already seen her picture. When I pet Pepper, she is soft and she also looks soft. So her texture is soft. If I was to go up to a cactus, would I put my face across it like this? Probably not, because I can see by just looking at it, it's pokey. That would hurt. The texture of it could be pokey or sharp. Now, real texture is that it actually feels that way. The soft dog, the pokey cactus. Implied texture is when you have an artist create something and it makes it look like it is either rough or smooth, but really it's just a two-dimensional space. So this is implied texture. It's meant to look like it feels a certain way, even if it is smooth. Well, I'm really excited about this project, and if you stay tuned, we will go back over how to draw an owl using basic shapes and also how to add that texture to it. Can't wait! All right, so now that we know what texture is, whether it's real or it's implied, we are going to create an owl drawing using implied texture. That means it's not going to feel like it has feathers or things like that, but we are going to draw it so it looks like it does. And as you know, we always break things down into basic shapes. So we're going to start right here with the owl's head. So now if you make the letter U, and you're going to need a pencil for this. So right now I have the letter U. I'm now going to make almost a circle, but a little bit more like an oval because it's not perfectly circular. So right now I have the beginning of its head and I have its body. It's going to be a kind of little short owl, but that's cool. The next is you're going to take the letter V and spread it out. So do you see that it has the letter V right here, but it's almost like we kind of bent it. Now we're going to finish this off by going like that and connecting it there and right there. And then I want you to take and finish out that U to make an oval right there. All right, we've got it started. Now I'm going to take this line and extend it down a little bit more. The reason we use a pencil first is so that we can erase it, any lines that maybe we don't like the most. And then I'm going to take a big circle for its eye and another big circle for its eye. All right. Then I'm going to take this and make a little oval right there. And I'm going to fill it in almost all of the way. And I'm going to do that again right here. This circle got a little lopsided, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect and I can go back through it later. All right, now this part here, I'm going to end up outlining, so I don't even have to erase that. Now these circles are a little uneven, so I can take my time and even them out a little bit. Now I'm going to take a triangle and flip it upside down to make its beak. So the beak part is part of its mouth, so I don't have to make like another line for its mouth or anything like that. Then I'm going to go around it. And I have the beginning of my owl head. And did you notice I made the line outside of it? That was because it wasn't perfectly even, so I could go outside to kind of even it out rather than just erase it. The next is its wings are going to be tucked, so we're going to take the letter C and another letter C, and there you go. We can make this area right here almost like a circle. That's going to be the inside feathers. Now here comes the point. Oh, you know what we also need? We need some feet. So I'm going to take oval, 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 and then I can do that again for the other foot. And I can make some lines through it to give it a little bit of texture. Now we're going to really focus on these wings because we said we're going to use implied texture. So the easiest way is to make a very long U. So ready? And then we're going to repeat it. So by doing this, it gives it the idea that they're feathers. So like a texture, but without actually drawing like each individual texture or each individual feather. And right now we have the beginning of a wonderful owl. But wait a minute, our owl is kind of floating in space right here. I want you to think real quick. Where would an owl be sitting? You know what I think? Maybe if I take the letter L and extend it across, and then I'm going to move this so you can see it. And if I take the letter V and make another little V, and then take that upside down L and go around. What did I have him sitting on? Yep, the beginning of a tree. So I can make some more letter V's. I love how we can make this art piece by just using letters and shapes. Now we also know that the tree branches and the bark is not going to be super smooth on most trees. So here's another opportunity to make implied texture. And I'm going to do it just by making J's and backward J's. And that gives me the idea that there is some texture on this tree. The last thing is I can take ovals and clump them together like this and make some lines through them. And what am I making? That's correct. There are some leaves. All right. Now you can use the rest of your time to add extra details and all of those type of things. The last question I have for you is, when do owls usually come out? When can you see them active? Mostly at night. So I'm going to take the letter C. Can you guess what I'm making? And then if I make it a little bit smaller and connect it, that's correct. I have a moon. Then I can also include stars. You can either do dots like this, or you can make the star by going up, down, side to side, and down. It's up to you how you want to make it. The last step is you can add color. And you know me, I like to outline my things in Sharpie marker first. So I would take this time to also even out some of my lines. And by doing that, I am starting to make a finished owl. Now I'm not going to have you watch me do all of it, but you can also erase some of the lines that you don't like or add thicker lines and details. It's really up to you since it's your art piece. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my wonderful artists, I cannot wait to see what you create.